Hey guys, Austin the Car Guy coming at you with another video. Today I have the 2024 Chevy Silverado 1500 Custom. This one here is the double cab with two-wheel drive and the TurboMax 2.7 liter motor. Let's get right into the video. Okay guys, before we go too far, I did just want to thank Stokes Chevy here in beautiful Moncks Corner, South Carolina for allowing us to use this truck and of course their lot to make this video for you guys. If you guys are interested in a new Chevy, feel free to stop by. This truck here is actually $47,000 MSRP. However, I'm willing to bet with rebates, discounts, and incentives, you could be under $45,000 out the door. With that being said, guys, let's get right into the front end styling on this truck. So before we get too far into the styling, I just want to let you know what the custom package is. There is actually a trim level below this called the work truck, but the custom is one step up. It gives you basically the same interior as a work truck, however, you get beautiful outside styling. For example, this truck has stylized wheels, body painted bumpers, tow hooks, this beautiful black Chevy nomenclature spelled out across the front with a black bow tie down below. You have nice big headlights here with low and high beams, and those are incandescent headlights, so of course you can switch the bulbs out for LEDs if you'd like to upgrade those. But like I said, tow hooks. Keep in mind, this is a two-wheel drive Custom, which is a lower trim level truck, and you still get tow hooks, something a lot of the manufacturers are moving away from. I don't know if it's a fuel economy thing or a weight savings thing or maybe even just a price shaving thing, but even for $47,000 here on the Chevy, you still get tow hooks even on the base model. And looking at this front end, it is quite stylized. It's very much a Chevy truck. If you've looked at Chevy trucks the last 30 years, you know right away what type of truck this is. With that being said, you have decent ground clearance even though it's a two-wheel drive, and like I said, all of the body color, especially with the black accenting, makes this truck look great. This is personally my favorite color shadow, called Stormtrooper. Basically, Stormtrooper is white with black accents, and this truck looks amazing because of it. Talking about the wheels and tires on this 2024 Silverado 1500 Custom, this one here has the black 20-inch wheels, of course, with the 6-lug pattern, and these awesome Goodyear Wrangler Trail Runner AT tires, both front and rear. Even though it's a two-wheel drive truck, it still gives you a ton of style and a great look when you're going down the road. Okay guys, before we go back to the business end of the truck, I quickly wanted to go over the specific window sticker on this truck so that you knew all the equipment that this specific truck that we're looking at today has on it. So when we go over all the basic equipment, which there is a ton of, we have a base MSRP of $43,600. This one does have the TurboMax blackout package, which is actually how we get the TurboMax logo on the hood, as well as these awesome 20-inch black wheels and black accents all around the truck. That package there is $1,695. We also have an auto locking rear differential, which is basically posi traction. It locks both the wheels together. That is $395, and then a trailer brake controller for $275, as well as the all-terrain tires for another $200. All of that is factory equipment, and there is actually a custom blackout package discount of $1,600, giving you a total MSRP of $46,560. This truck does have a couple of accessories, for example, the rear storage underneath the back seat and the Chevy sunshade, which I'll show you here shortly, giving you a total dealer suggested price of $47,455. But like I said, tons of rebates, discounts, and incentives. They have this truck on their website right now for about $45,000. And like I said, when you come here in person and you test drive, I'm sure they're going to be able to get you all sorts of rebates and incentives to lower that price even more. All right, guys, so here we are at the business end of our 1500 Custom TurboMax truck, and you see these nice big taillights. They are incandescent, so the bulbs are easy to change and very affordable. But we also have the blackout Chevy emblem all the way across, as well as our blackout Silverado logo. If we look at the bumper, we have the nice Chevy bumper step with a handle right here on the corner, making it super easy to get in. But we also have our 2-inch receiver, as well as our 7 and 4-pin connector for the trailer here. And this tailgate does actually have a nice LED light that shines down, so when you are putting a trailer hitch on at night or you're trying to hook up a trailer, you can actually see what you're doing, as well as a nice high-quality backup cam. You can actually drop this tailgate 3 different ways. One is, of course, the button on the tailgate itself, but there's also a double click on the key fob, as well as a button on the interior. And when you drop that tailgate down, it is dampened. It's nice and soft open. We do have some LED work lights in here, as well as a 400-watt house outlet back here. So if you wanted to charge up some batteries or tools or anything like that, you can actually do that, as well as having 3 tie downs per corner for a total of 12 tie downs. And this is the 6.5-foot bed, so tons of storage in here. And if you notice when you look at this bed, it's actually a sculpted out bed, so you don't have a lot of intrusions into the bed, so you can definitely store a lot of stuff back here. So here we are in the back seat of the Chevy Silverado 1500. You'll notice this is the smaller of the 2 crew cab options. This is what they call the double cab. And these seats do, of course, flip up to reveal that storage that we talked about before. It does, of course, open, and you can store a lot of stuff underneath here, jumper cables, toolkits, whatever you may need. But I have this driver's seat pretty far back, and I'm going to climb in and show you exactly how much room I have. I'm not the tallest person in the world, but this also isn't the largest cab that they make. So it's a reasonable space. I mean, obviously you're a little pinched because, like I said, it's a half cab instead of a full cab, but you do have a decent amount of amenities back here. For example, nice soft touch armrest. You do have storage in the door with a speaker down at the bottom. These windows do roll down with a button back here, so it's really easy, and there is a child lock, so if you are going to haul kids, you don't have to worry about that. But we also have a USB-C, a USB-A, and two nice big air vents down here, along with some rubber floor mats to really make this interior back seat quite usable. And there are latch points back here, so you can put a car seat if you want, as well as 3 seat belts across. So this truck, being that this is the bench front, can actually hold 6 people reasonably comfortably. So finally, that leads us to our front seats of the 1500 Custom. And when we get in here, it's nice and simple. We do have push button start because of this nice, beautiful key fob. It does have remote start on the key fob, as well as dropping the tailgate, and you can just leave this in your pocket. Now, it does not have passive entry, so you will have to push the unlock button or use your phone because there is a phone app connected. And your mirrors are nice and big with a nice blind spot mirror in them. We do, of course, have power locks and power windows, as well as an auto up, down, and child locks, as well as power mirrors. Inside this truck, there's actually quite a good amount of equipment when we're talking about the interior. Let me start it up so you guys can actually see everything that this interior has to offer. So now that we've got the truck started up, we have our automatic high beams and low beams over here, as well as an option to turn off all the lights, as well as our cargo light and our interior light controls. We do have nice big vents on each side of the steering wheel, which makes it really, really handy for getting in here. We do, of course, have cruise control, as well as our pre-collision button right here on the steering wheel. We do have an old school manual shifter, which is really, really nice, as well as our wipers right here, which are super easy to use. And like I said, there's automatic high beams even on this Custom here. We do have a nice large 8-inch infotainment screen that has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, as well as, like I mentioned, the smartphone app. So you can remote start, check on your truck, get vehicle health reports every month, all that sort of stuff, all through this nice head unit. And there's a nice big volume knob, as well as a phone button, a home button, as well as a seek track forward and back. So controls in here are super simple, which means you don't have to mess with it at all. It's just look over, hit the power button, turn the volume up, seek forward, seek backward, whatever you'd like to do. Right below that, real basic climate. This is one of my wife's favorite features. Just simple climate, fan speed, where do you want it? Do you want it hot or cold? And then a home row of buttons. So this vehicle is equipped with lane departure warning, so you can quickly turn that on and off right there, as well as auto start stop, and that tailgate release that I mentioned at the back, as well as your hazards, your traction control, and there's a tow haul mode right here. So all of those buttons nice and easy to get to, as well as that trailer brake controller with a USB-C, a USB-A, a 12-volt, and a 400-watt house outlet. So there's plenty of power right here to power everything. And you have this nice big center console. It opens up. It has really nice storage in here with a little rubber mat that's removable, so you can clean it all out. But my favorite feature of this bench seat is it doesn't really look like a bench seat, because when you flip this up, you now have another seat with, of course, a seat belt and storage underneath. So if you want to put an iPad or anything in here, you can. There's a little logo right here telling you that this is where you put the key if the key ever dies. That way you can still start your truck. Really, really handy features there. And talking more about the storage in here, you'll notice that we have a cubby up here on the top of the dash, as well as a upper glove box and a lower glove box. And the lower one is lockable with the key, so you can actually lock everything in there, keep it all secure and everything, and makes it really, really handy. Let's go underneath the hood and talk about what powers this truck next. Well, guys, here we go underneath the hood of the 2024 Silverado 1500 Custom with the TurboMax motor. This motor here is Chevy's 2.7-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. It makes 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. And that torque is the big key here. You see, when Chevy was developing this motor, basically trying to replace or come up with an alternative to the 5.3-liter V8, they wanted to make something that was inspired by diesel motors. So this engine has very high compression, it has a very deep stroke, and it makes all that torque super down low in the powertrain. What that means for you as a consumer is that if you go to tow with this truck, you're going to be able to tow a lot easier, a lot smoother. It's going to make a lot more torque down low, which means you don't have to rev this motor as far, and thus also better fuel economy. So this motor makes 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. It can actually tow up to 9,300 pounds, which just this truck right here is actually capable of, which is super, super awesome. Well, guys, that has been my comprehensive review on this 2024 Silverado 1500 Custom double cab 2-wheel drive with the 2.7. If you guys have enjoyed my video, make sure to like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this, and of course, hit the notifications bell if you want to get notified when they come out so you can see the newest and latest stuff. Once again, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you guys are looking for a new Chevy, Stokes Chevy here in beautiful Moncks Corner, South Carolina is more than happy to help you. They got over 200 vehicles available right now with more on the way. and they've got an amazing staff that'll be super, super happy to help you out. Like I said, guys, if you want a value proposition truck, like I said, $47,000 gets you a lot of truck for this amount of money. You can tow 9,300 pounds, you get tow hooks, you get really nice amenities inside like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and great fuel economy out of this truck. Come on by, check it out, stop by. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an amazing day.